I'm Dr. David Hill, and today we're going to be talking about how to relieve sinus pressure in the face. Now, in older children, for example, age 10 and up, and adults, a sinus infection may present with a sense of pain or pressure in the face. Now, the more frontal sinuses, there are two up here that we actually call the frontal sinuses, and then there are two up here that we call the maxillary sinuses. That refers to what part of the head that they're in. Deeper back in the head, there are also sphenoid and ethmoid sinuses, but usually when you feel pain or pressure here, you're looking at a frontal or a maxillary sinus infection. Now, we do think that in children, sinus infections respond pretty well to antibiotics. We often try antibiotics in adults with sinus infections, but the medical literature is actually a little iffy on whether those antibiotics make a big difference. It may be more important to use an anti-allergen medication, an anti-allergy medication, inhaled nasal corticosteroids, such as Flonase, Nasonex, flunisolide, and others. They seem to have the most effect in relieving that sort of sinus infection and pressure. Now, in addition to those, you can also use a decongestant, such as pseudoephedrine or phenylephrine that you get over the counter. You can even use nasal decongestant sprays like Afrin and the generic versions of Afrin. However, if you're using those sprays, you want to be really careful not to use them for more than 2 or 3 days in a row. After that third day, the nose tends to respond by getting used to the spray, and then when you take it away, the congestion gets even worse than it was before. So you have to have a lot of discipline with those nasal decongestant sprays. Another thing you can try is called a Neti Pot. That's a little teapot or magic lantern looking thing that you can put normal saline in. You can make your own saline with 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 cups of water, heat it up, let it dissolve, and you can use the Neti Pot to introduce that water into the nasal cavities, try to rinse the sinuses out and make it easier for those sinuses to drain. Talking about how to relieve the pain of sinus pressure, I'm Dr. David Hill.